when the opportunity came up with the ERDF Gateways Fund scheme, it was perfect for us, because that meant that through the Southern Regional Assembly we got this package, which meant that we could tackle the varying elements that we wanted to come at in one go, rather than over a very protracted period in a very piecemeal sort of a way. The space really needed to have a day-to-day life, and that's where, for me, the key issue in talking to the community was about. The community live in the space 365 days of the year. The notion of it as a civic space is maybe 3 or 4 significant events within the year, and the two weren't marrying. So what we needed to look at was that this was essentially a market space. A big element of it was getting the hop-on, hop-off buses to actually come in here. And where the great benefit of the funding came was that technically it wasn't possible to drive a bus into the space. The streets were too narrow, so that was a very important part for us. Every 10 minutes there's a bus coming through, and that has really opened up the space to visitors. So we now have that balance between, there's major development, which is a new residential population, there's the traditional older residential population, and now we have a significant visitor population, and it's balancing, and the mix of all those that gives the vibrancy to the area that's really taking off. Smithfield is a very significant space, which is actually only about 10 minutes walk from O'Connell Street. There's a very strong sort of necklace on the south side of visitor attractions that you would go, and then Smithfield is a sort of crucial centre point to a necklace corresponding on this side of the river, which runs parallel with the Lewis track.